Hey everyone, it's the Affezi.com podcast for Wednesday, February 27th. It's 8 o'clock in Riverside, California, and Bobby's live from Arizona.
Hi.
What time is it over there right now?
9 o'clock.
Still getting used to the time change or the time difference.
I
Uh,
know I'm used to it.
yeah, you're used to it. I'm not.
You suck.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
That's cool.
Yeah, but how are things out there right now?
Fucking peachy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Are things going well? Are you adjusting?
Yeah, I'm getting adjusted. This week I feel normal.
Yeah.
I still don't have a bed or anything out here.
So where are you sleeping?
Fucking couch.
On the couch?
Yeah.
Like an ex-husband?
I guess.
Did you get in a fight with the person you're staying with? Is that why you're
My
on the
brother?
couch?
No.
Oh, you guys didn't. Well, I figured you guys would share the bed.
You fucking.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, okay, my bad. I must be way off base. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what day it is. I kind of know what time it is, but that's about it.
I hope you know what day it is.
Yeah.
Liar.
I think it's Wednesday.
Yeah. So how's California? I miss it.
It's cool. It's actually really nice right now. I don't know. It's like 80 degrees and it's not cold like when you left.
Shit, rub it in. It's in the 50s out here.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know.
Go.
I don't know. I really like the weather out here and things are moving pretty smoothly right now.
Yeah, just rub it in some more.
Yeah, well, it's fuck. You're an adult. Make your own decisions.
Yeah, I did. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Away from your ass.
Any good things happening out there? I saw that blog you put up about someone you talked to that you hadn't talked to for a while.
Yeah.
How,
That game got me through my drive home.
how did that go?
It was good, dude. So it was a chick that I used to kind of mess with, date, whatever,
Uh-huh.
way back when. And 4 years later, I had to go pretty far in Arizona, up north to drop something off yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of gave me a memory of something I did with her. So
Yeah.
today, out of the blue, I just called her.
Uh-huh.
And then we started talking, and she was like, she couldn't believe I had her number still. And we were going back and forth, and then she started saying shit about like what we used to do and how she liked me, and I was cute, whatever.
Oh.
And dude, she's like bringing up shit we used to do as
Uh-huh.
far as like whatever, bad shit. You know what I
Very
mean?
very specific.
Yeah, like vivid memory of shit, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Like sex tapes?
No, not that.
Oh,
But
okay.
places, she remembers specific times we did it and what
Nice.
location and where.
Remember that time you came over and I gave you Campbell's soup? Like that?
No, kind of like, remember in the bathroom when you bent me over the counter?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, something like that.
And then you brushed your teeth?
That's how I was doing it. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
No, so we were talking in we talked for like an hour, my whole drive home. I had nothing better to do. There ain't shit to look up. So, we were talking and she mentioned she has a boyfriend.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, right? And, like, me, I don't really give a shit. Sorry for, that she's all happy that I called her.
Yeah.
But it was weird and awkward because I kind of feel bad. Like, they had their little thing going, and then I call her out of the blue, and all these memories come back to her, and she's kind of like wanting to hang out and stuff. So it's like, cool, I just fucked all that up for them.
You know what it is
She's
if
not happy.
yeah, if she's with someone, then it's her responsibility not to answer her phone or respond to text messages or whatever.
Well, see, I was really smart about it.
Uh-huh.
I just was like, hey, is this whatever her name was?
Uh-huh.
So she did the typical, who's this? And I just, I put my name. And she's like, holy shit.
I always use a fake name. I'm like, "Hey, this is Carl. Remember me?"
Well, dude, when we stopped talking, it wasn't really the best of terms. I
Uh-huh.
was a complete asshole and just started cutting her off.
Nice.
For good reasons though. She wanted to have a fucking kid, and I was 23, 20. No, wait, 26. I
Uh
don't know, 25, whatever. So I just cut her off. So I didn't think she would even want to respond or talk to me.
huh. Uh huh.
I was wrong. It was like the exact opposite. She's all about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I can't believe like it's been 4 years. I haven't talked to her once, and then I start talking to her, and it's like nothing's changed. It's all the same, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. I think that happens. I think it's the nostalgia of it and just reminiscing about what you had, and then. But for me, like once you have it, it's not the way you remember it. I don't know.
Like,
Maybe
what do you mean?
maybe I'm wrong. Like sometimes people fantasize about it or they romanticize it where they think that it was better than it really was.
No, it
Do
was
you think?
exactly what we talked
Oh, okay.
about.
Never mind. Never mind.
Seriously.
Maybe that's just my situations.
Yeah. As far as like sex and all that, it was exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But I guess I'm getting older, dude, because I kind of like have a conscience about it. And
Uh
like,
huh.
damn, I wish I didn't bug her. But shit, I don't know anybody out here. I have no one to talk to, so I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
If I was still in California, I wouldn't have thought twice about hitting her up.
Oh. Oh. All right.
Yeah.
So the location changed it.
Yeah, because I'm out here and I have nobody out here, so
Yeah.
it's like, eh,
Yeah. Whatever works.
let's go to an easy one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that or been in that situation?
Not really. Usually when I end it for pretty good. No, I don't know. Sometimes I'll contact them, but it just depends. Usually they either don't want to talk to me because I have a boyfriend, or they just don't talk to me because I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's like they'll respond, but they're like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," or they
Isn't it
just
funny how
won't
girls always have a
respond.
boyfriend?
Yeah, they always have a fucking boyfriend.
I
Always.
know.
I'm just like I'm over here single, crying myself to sleep,
Aw.
and you got a boyfriend taking you to Hawaii. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Wow. I've never taken a girl to Hawaii.
Exactly.
Good for them. They should have left your ass. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah, because I wasn't doing shit. We were
You
just
weren't gonna take them to Hawaii.
No, fuck no. We were just going to hometown buffet. But we had cheesecake first. That's worth something.
I guess if they like cheesecake.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I don't typically do it either. When I'm done, I never talk to them. But shit, 4 years, there's nobody out here.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
excuse.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Until I meet a couple others. and
Yeah.
She's toast.
She's toast.
Even if I even hang out with her, which I don't know if I'm gonna.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Drama.
Not drama. It's her drama, not mine.
Yeah, I don't know. Those
Uh,
those situations are, I don't know. They're kind of, I'm not in the position, but just sometimes they're more trouble than they're worth, and you're just like, eh.
Well, for her,
Eh.
I can just walk away.
Yeah.
I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hit the good old block this number on my phone and I'm set.
Yeah.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care.
You happen to check the news today?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see that thing on Melissa King,
Yes.
the Delaware
did.
beauty queen?
Yeah. Did you watch the video? I did.
Yeah, I watched it.
First thing I did.
Yeah.
It was real easy. It took me like 2 seconds to find it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just typed in what website has beauty queen sex tape.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's crazy. So she had to step down and give up whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
I don't either.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of a common thing with beauty pageants and shit.
I think it's kind of a common thing with human beings.
Yeah, it's probably a bunch of old ladies who have them too, and they're just jealous that she's young and hot,
Yeah.
so they kick her off.
Yeah, I didn't see the big deal about the whole thing, and that you have to give up your crown. It's not like she cheated to get the crown. She had a tape
Just-
out.
Yeah,
What's the big deal?
I don't know. I just, it's not politically correct, and it is Miss Teen USA.
As in 18?
She's 18.
Yeah, so what's the
She's
issue?
an adult.
Yeah, I mean, if people are going to do that stuff, I mean, people who are younger than 18 and, they're not the most well behaved people. Just think
Yeah.
about when you were, under 18 or I was under 18. I wasn't.
I was worse than I am
Yeah,
now.
exactly. I
Way
wasn't
worse.
I wasn't not doing that. I was doing stuff like that. So I don't
Yeah.
understand what the big deal is.
It,
What were you going to say?
I was just looking and dude, she must have did this right when she turned 18.
Yeah.
She must have plotted this, planned it, or she was already banging the dude, and he's like, "Hey, let me film it."
Yeah.
Good move on his part. He's gonna make money. Well, I guess he's not gonna make money. It's already leaked.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's not like you would pay for it anyway.
That's true.
I
She's
mean,
not famous.
yeah, who's going to pay for that?
Now she's getting like really famous. Vivid's gonna hit her up to get
Yeah,
her on.
probably, yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know, maybe that was part of her plan, just
good for her.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I just think the whole politically correct shit is. Come on.
Yeah, it's
You know?
overdone.
Yeah. When are people gonna wake up and realize shit's not hunky dory and
People are
there's no
horny.
there's no Beverly Cleaver or whatever the hell her name is from that
Steve
show.
Cleaver.
Whatever.
Steve and the Beeve.
It's not the 1950s anymore.
No, and even
It's
back
like-
then, dude, people were knocking it out.
Yeah, they just were closet about
Oh,
it.
yeah, now everyone's fucking having orgies and swinger parties and bukkake and all that shit.
Wow. Okay.
Loose cannon.
This is gonna be an explicit episode.
No, it's not. It's just
I'm just
fucking.
kidding, dude.
It's. I mean, that's what some people are into. That's what. If someone could read a book on bondage and BDSM and all that shit, I mean, I could say bukkake.
Yeah. Well, that's like that article I was reading you sent me. About opening your sex life. Having
Oh,
a good
yeah,
sex life.
Yeah, that was that the article on HighlanderNews.org on the
Yeah.
UCR. Yeah, the UCR newspaper.
And she made a good point. That she would do like a board of like bondage, anal.
Yeah.
threesomes. And she had, like, she said,
Gangbangs.
whatever, dude. Write down what you would be open or willing to try.
With your
And she said
partner.
whatever overlaps, try it.
Yeah.
And she said, don't try it just once. Try it 3 times, and if it doesn't work, then throw it away.
Yeah.
But it at least gives people a conversation and kind of know what their partners are willing to do or what they want to do.
Yeah. I think that's a really, really productive way of doing it. And she can do it, I guess, because she's a doctor.
Yeah.
Which I completely understand.
Dude, she's a sexologist, bro.
Yeah, that's good though, but I think that's where you learn a lot of things. I mean, I watched shows like that where I've learned stuff from there, not from porn. I learned it from like Discovery Health Channel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, an approach like that is really smart.
No, it's a really good approach, really good angle, and she had the sex toys and all that.
Yeah, it's not making sex taboo. You're actually educating the people that are there.
Yeah, it's not about like sexual positions or Kama Sutra or this. But, she threw out like bondage,
Yeah.
You could try it, or role playing and all that. And it was just a different angle, more of a psychological. Actually, not even that. It was more just communication.
Yeah. Have you ever done anything like that with your girlfriend or anyone? Like, have you gone shopping for sex toys or lingerie or anything like that?
Not with a girlfriend, but just random chicks, yeah.
Yeah. I've done that too.
It's weird, dude. Or for me, like when I had girlfriends, I don't know. I never did that with them. But if it's just a random chick, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because they're more open about it. What do you think?
I think sometimes they are obviously it's not the rule, but sometimes when you're single and you're dating, the girl who you're dating, just kind of casually, she's more adventurous and more willing to do stuff that maybe she wouldn't be willing to do in a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's everyone, but sometimes it seems like that's more so what you get as opposed to when you're in a relationship. Maybe it's not as spiced up as you want it
Well,
to be.
yeah, maybe because they know they're not trying to keep you around, so they're
Yeah,
not trying to be fake.
exactly.
So,
They just go
I
for it.
yeah, so they're like, what the hell? This isn't nothing serious.
Yeah,
And I think some of the best sexual relationships I've had have been girls I'm not seeing or dating
yeah,
or whatever the hell. You know what I mean?
yeah. You're not attached to. You're not with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I'm dating them. Well, I don't even know if you call it that, but they're not girlfriends,
yeah.
and they're usually fun, and they're all usually based on sex. But
Yes.
whatever.
Now, one time I went out with someone, and the second time we hung out, I we went to Spencer's and I bought her a vibrator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spencer's? Really?
yeah. That was the only store there. I mean, it's not like I had time to get her a real one.
Dude, you could. They're all over.
Well, we were out in where were we? Irvine or something.
You don't think there's a sex
Yeah,
store in
yeah.
Irvine?
There's a sex store, but you're gonna pay like $80 for a vibrator. I mean,
You
for a
could have
good
went to
one.
industry. You could have went to the titty bar.
Yeah. Eh, I could, but I don't
I'm
know.
joking, dude.
I don't know. I usually get them from online anyway, so
Isn't that where everybody gets stuff nowadays?
I don't know. I don't know. Pretty much like every girl I've ever dated, I buy them vibrators.
And how many of them like are receptive of it, and how many of them freak out?
All of them were receptive. Well, no, except for one, but that was different.
Were there any of them that wouldn't do it with you or use it while you're there?
No.
Because I know some girls have insecurity problems with doing that.
No, I encourage them. I'm like, hey, if obviously we're both adults. We're already having sex, so there's not much you can hide from me or you can be ashamed about. I mean, we already got past that point.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, hey, here's a good one, and Merry Christmas to you. But it depends on the person. But most of them are pretty receptive,
Yeah.
and they're pretty open to it, which is good. Very good.
That is a good thing. It's better
Yeah.
than the opposite.
Yeah.
They think you're a creep and they don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah. No, but that's what the whole article was about, was to give people kind of an open mind and a way to talk about sex
Yeah.
comfortably, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And it ties in real well to relationships, because if you're open enough to talk about sex, then you're probably open enough to talk about anything and be honest with each other.
Yeah, that's a big barrier, and unfortunately, people don't like to talk about it, don't like to address it, and they think it's perverse, they think it's taboo, they think it's bad, and we're just like, no, it's normal. It's very normal. And so if you're with someone and you talk about that and you have an open-ended discussion, then that's going to make you happier because you're actually getting what you want instead of just what they're giving you.
Yeah.
Because what they give you may not be what you need, and you're just like, wow, this is really unsatisfying. I'm going to go look for it somewhere else. And then that causes a rift.
Yeah. It does.
And then you have no reason to stay with that person because they're not giving you what you need. You're just like, hey, especially when you tell them, you're like, hey, this is what I need. This is what I like. This is what gives me fulfillment. And then they just kind of brush you off. You're not going to stay with that person.
Yeah.
You're going to get out of there as soon as you can.
Yeah, if they're not willing to do it, then
No.
what's the point?
It's just like, from a woman's perspective, if she needs something more emotionally, in this case, not that they're not sexual, but if they need, hey, I need you to listen to me more. I need you to take my what I'm saying into account. And you're just like, yeah, whatever. It's Of course she's not going to stay with you. She's going to go somewhere else, some other dude, her friend at work, or her friend, that she runs into, or friend of a friend, whatever. Oh, this guy listens to me. This guy gives me attention. I like him more than the person I'm with, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this dude.
Yeah. That's kind of like that girl I was talking about earlier.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't know
Exactly.
how it is with her boyfriend or whatever, but she hears my name. She knows how good it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but she's just like...
Drops everything.
Yeah. Kind of like, oh, I had this going, but hey, since you're back... I'm just like, damn.
Yeah. It works like that.
Yeah, it does.
It
really does.
it just means too that you probably brought things out of her that maybe no one else did, and
Maybe.
clearly this person hasn't done it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people aren't comfortable with themselves enough in the bedroom, anyways.
Yeah,
A lot of people are insecure in the bedroom.
yeah.
A lot of women. I mean, I don't know about guys, but I know there's a lot of women who are really insecure. They need the lights off. They can't look at themselves.
I can't do that. I'm just like, hey, I can't. Like, there's a line in a song. it it goes, I can't have fuck, so why are you sitting over there half naked? You gotta get into it. I mean, we're not kids anymore.
Yeah.
You know, there comes a point when you actually move past that, and you're just like, okay, this is what it's supposed to be like it as an adult.
Uh huh.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's been my experience. I haven't. I don't know. My mine aren't very good, honestly. So I don't even. I really don't try to get with too many women because it's not worth it.
No.
No, not from my experiences at least.
Have you tried different types of women?
Oh yeah. Different types. Just I don't know. Just I need I need it good. I can't do it just casually. It's just I don't know. There's no point in doing it. It's a waste of time, honestly.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, but
everybody's got their own whatever.
yeah, I know everyone has their own preferences.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know with me, if it's not good, then I don't give a shit, and I'm not gonna waste time with them either. I'm not gonna have sex with them just to have sex.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If
I have to
there's
enjoy it.
yeah, enjoy it, and hopefully you want to hang out after. Because if not, then it's just awkward as hell,
Hmm.
and you're just like, I gotta go, and that's it. You just go.
Or you just leave without saying anything.
Yeah, or that. I mean, that happens too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Be selective.
Yeah.
But there was a few questions that were put up this week, going way before having sex. One of them was if a guy uses coupons on a first date, if
Is it
it's
cheap ass?
yeah, is it tacky? Is it acceptable? Does it turn you off? I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, when you're on a first date, don't you want to make a good impression?
Yeah.
So, if you want to use coupons, I guess. But on the first date, I don't think it's the appropriate place. Unless you want to teach her, or I don't know, show her that you're good at saving money. But to me, that's just cheap.
Yeah.
It's a first date. Now, once you get to know each other and you're like, hey, I got some coupons. You want to go here? Then, yeah, sure. Why not?
Uh.
I don't know. I wouldn't personally do it. Why? Do you do it?
I've never done it, but I would. I would do
On a
it.
first date?
You know why? A lot of it is because people say they want honesty. So I honestly like saving money. So if I feel like I have a coupon, I mean, I'm gonna use a coupon.
Yeah, but you can be honest, but you don't have to be honest every second. I mean,
Yeah, no.
how do I phrase this?
But you know what?
You gotta take a break from being honest and cheap and saving money all the time.
Yeah, but part of that for me is if I wanted to meet someone and I want to know if they're accepting. I mean, that's part of my thing.
Yeah, but it's a first date, dude.
No, I know, but if you kind of know each other, I mean,
Well, then if you kind of know each other, as far as you met online, you've talked for 3 weeks, and you go on a date.
yeah, I think it's funny, honestly.
It is funny.
I like to
Now-
see what the reaction is gonna be.
Yeah. Now, if I was with a chick and she did it, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. So why is it a problem when a guy does it, but not when a woman does it?
I don't know, because on a first date, I don't want to worry about saving money. I want to worry about trying to hit it off and get with her.
Okay, that's an honest answer.
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, on the other side of it, if you're not really worried about that, you kind of want to see like where the line is. Like,
Well, see, for me,
is this person really gonna get upset because I saved $5 on the bill that I paid for.
No, they're not gonna get upset. It's not that big of a
Yeah,
fucking deal.
but that will be an issue. I mean, they'll look down on it. Not everyone, but I mean, I could see people looking down on it.
I mean, in reality, it doesn't fucking matter because if you see them again, they're gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
Or it become a joke. Like, oh, remember our first date? You paid for it with coupons. It'd actually be pretty funny to bring up a year or two down the road.
What about gift certificates?
That's different.
How?
It's actual money. I don't know. You're not gonna. I don't know. Whatever. But the first date, like, I'm gonna be myself,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna use fucking coupons, dude. Straight up.
All right.
But if
Bobby.
you want to,
Bobby's
by
a
all means.
no. I'm a hell yes. No, I'm just kidding.
So you save your money on dinner so you can buy him a vibrator. I see how you work.
Yeah. Yep. And I
You
get
just gotta
50.
connect the dots.
Yeah, 50% off on those too. You just
Yeah.
need a coupon code.
But to be honest,
But
on
how
the
are they
first
gonna know?
date, I rarely ever go anywhere that costs money, so I don't need a coupon.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually,
What are you worried about?
I don't know. I usually go to a house or something.
All right. We're getting somewhere. We're getting to the root of it.
I avoid the restaurant and just go straight to the bedroom.
I don't know. I like to go out. I mean, depending on who it is, go
Yeah,
have a
it
drink.
depends.
But dude, if you start getting tagged along, then you're just like, all right, you're taking too long. I'm done. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, most time when you go, you meet somebody, you kind of know, are you going to meet to hook up? Or are you going to meet to go
Oh,
on
yeah.
a date to see
Yeah.
if you like each other?
yeah,
But, I don't
that's true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
know. What else you got?
Another thing I got was I brought up the concept of facial hair. If women, that's kind of like the coupon thing. Like, is it that important that a guy shaves or doesn't shave? And this is probably more so for women, obviously. But one of the responses I got on Twitter from one of the followers was that
At Affezi, by
yeah,
the way?
at Affezi, AFFEZI. Did I spell it right?
Easy on the eyes? You got it. You're good.
One of the comments I got was that it depends on the person and it depends on how the style of it. I guess how they wear it. Like if it's a mustache, if it's a goatee, if it's a beard. I mean, because I've had this conversation with someone where they told me that they won't go out with a guy if he has facial hair, and I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that on more than one occasion. I'm like, why is it so important? Well, I like a shaved face. It's like, yeah, but I mean, if that's who he is, and that's who he is.
Well, if a girl tells you that, she's too judgmental, and goodbye. I don't know.
The thing was, the person I went out with, she didn't even do her hair. She was just like, yeah, I just blow dried it, and I was like, how are you passing judgment on someone?
And you want me to shave?
Yeah, for facial hair when you didn't even fucking style your hair. Like, run a comb through that bitch.
God damn.
How is that even fair?
That's horrible.
And then people wonder why they're single because they're nitpicking at shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that shit doesn't matter. I mean,
And the only honestly the only reason I bring up that she didn't do her hair is because she told me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed. I don't.
That's just too superficial.
Yeah, it's like it's not even a big deal.
The reality is, she says she wants a guy with a clean-shaven face. There's no guy on this earth that shaves and makes sure 24/7 he has no hair. I mean, at some point you're gonna have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
or you're
yeah.
gonna have a goatee.
Yeah.
So for a girl to make a superficial,
I don't know if she
make
meant
a stance that early.
I don't know if she meant all the time, but she said she likes the guy to shave his face. But I mean, as you get older, there's a lot of guys with facial hair. I mean, not everyone does that.
So she was digging in her feet in the sand and getting defensive right there.
Well, the thing is, like, what if you find someone that you actually like, but he has a goatee? I mean,
Well, she can't because it's against her rule.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right?
That's a good
or
point.
She's just a fucking hypocrite like everybody else.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah. Because a lot of people say dumb shit they don't even... a lot of people say stuff they don't realize they're saying, especially when they're meeting someone new.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, maybe they go home and think about it and realize how dumb they are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know who this is, but if she listens to this, it'd be pretty funny.
No, I don't think so.
I know, dude.
She's very. Uh, I I don't know. I like to get to know someone, and I want to know if their interests are the same as mine, and if they're like, at a certain point, you gotta be a little more open and honest with yourself and other people.
Yeah.
And if you can't talk about certain things, if you're 40, you can't talk about sex. It's like, what? What's wrong with you? I mean, just what is the big deal? Honestly,
I don't know. Personal issues.
I guess.
Their own deep-seated hate for.
For wiener.
I guess.
No.
No, they hate something or somebody did something to them along the way.
Yeah.
Screwed them over. I don't know.
That's
cheated
usually
on
what
them.
it is. I mean, some of those people are really bitter about they dated the wrong person and he's off fucking other girls and like all that whole shit.
Yeah, and then they find one thing, they stick to it, generalize every guy that has that,
Yeah.
and they just think you're an asshole. Well, I don't want that. It's like, oh, sorry, have an open mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other questions besides facial hair? Sorry.
Another one was height. Like, how relevant is a man's height to women when they're dating? Because that's another big one I hear about. That he's not 6'1". Well, most men aren't 6'1".
No,
Are
not
you
at all.
are you 6'1"?
No, I'm 5'11".
I'm not 6'1". I'm 5'2". All right.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not.
Hey, so on the flip side, do you have a specific height for a female
Not
or a
really.
woman?
Not really. That
Like 4'11"? Does that work?
that works. 4'11"
Six.
works. Typically, if they're like 5'9", 5'10", I can kind of understand that. They want a guy a couple of inches taller. I get that, and they want to wear heels. But if you're 5'2", you're 5'1", you're like, oh, the guy's got to be 6'2". Really? How does that matter? Your inches are your heels are 4 inches. So that means you're gonna be 5'5", 5'6". If he's 5'8", who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Well, would you date a girl taller than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never have, but I would.
Long legs? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the tallest I've ever dated was like 5'9", 5'8", something like that.
Okay. Which is pretty tall for
That's
a
pretty
girl.
tall, yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know. I would date. I don't see an issue with it.
How about a midget?
A midget?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh.
I don't know. I think in that sense the height difference might present problems or something. Not problems, but just I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be attracted, but I don't know.
Yeah, if you're not attracted, you're not attracted.
I can't say that for sure. I mean, there's always exceptions, but
Yeah, it's never happened.
just yeah. I don't think I would. Just
What are you supposed to say? I don't want to sound like an asshole here because I didn't mean it in a bad way.
I think you're supposed to say little person, but then again, we're not really PC
I'll stick to midget.
at all. So
I can say dwarf.
I don't know.
Now I'm just piling on. Sorry.
Yeah,
All
but
right, so go ahead.
yeah, as far as the height goes, I don't really see how that can be such a deterrent or a turnoff when it's not everyone is going to be that tall. I mean, it's just like a guy who's like, well, I only date girls who have a 36 double D. Well, most women don't have a 36 double D. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when people say that shit, how often do they end up with what they say? I
Never.
only date women.
Never.
They never do.
Never.
So they look like jackasses.
Yeah, they have this set in their mind like, oh, that's what I want, and it has to be that, and then if it's not, then oh, I'm not happy.
No, it's a
And then
fucking
they don't
fantasy.
end up with it like you said, so it doesn't matter. It's just hot air.
It's you want what you can't have, right?
Yeah.
So they can't have it, so they want it.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna rant some more, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, well, that's like the guy who's like, I only date strippers. Then I date a stripper and she cheats on him. He's like, fuck that. It's like, well,
Who's
get
that?
what you get what you deserve.
Yeah. Do you know someone who did that?
No,
Uh oh.
do I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I met some cool strippers though.
Yeah.
Like one.
So have I.
I think it was the same one, wasn't it?
I
Sophia.
don't know.
Shout out to Sophia.
Fucking way back.
Yeah, that girl was cool.
Yeah. She was hot.
Yeah.
She
You
used
want?
to not charge for stuff.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Not nothing bad.
Uh oh.
It's all bad.
Just a hand job.
No.
Wow. Wow,
It's
Bobby.
fucking dirty.
We're at a new low.
That's
A
dirty
new
too.
low on Affezi.
No.
This is terrible.
No, this is great.
Yeah, you want to take a little break?
Yeah, we
All right,
can.
we're gonna take a few minutes to just relax a little bit, gather ourselves, hopefully cool off, and you know be more productive. But we'll be right back.
All right.
Nice job, Bobby.
Yeah.
And we're back. I'm just waiting for Bobby to get his earphones in.
Yo,
Yo.
what's up?
So, another thing we were talking about earlier was that whole thing with in the bedroom, people being confident and, secure and stuff like that. Do you think confidence is really important with people?
Yeah, it's I think a major thing.
Uh,
If you're confident with yourself, you'll be confident with your partner
yeah.
in all aspects of relationships.
Uh,
So,
so do you think that is that a selling point for people?
absolutely. If a girl's confident and you talk to her,
Uh,
as long as you're not insecure or not confident, it's a great thing, I think.
if you're not confident?
No, if a girl's confident,
Uh-huh.
it's awesome. It's an awesome trait. But if a guy's not confident with himself and he meets a confident woman,
Uh-huh.
it could be a distraction or a turn off or a negative.
Yeah. Do you think
So
that's common more so with men or maybe with women? Just that there's a lack of self confidence and uh, self security.
yeah, I think it's pretty even. I think women are better at hiding it. I think guys have a lot of personality issues, confidence.
Yeah.
I think women have the same issues. They have a way of putting it away, I guess.
Uh huh. They have a
That
way of hiding it. Maybe.
yeah,
Do you
girls
think?
are good at controlling emotion, and I think guys are horrible at it.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe part of hiding it is maybe the appearance and like how they dress, makeup,
Yeah, if a girl
what they
goes over,
drive, like that, just
yeah,
like their
if a girl
persona.
goes overboard
Uh
and
huh.
she does her makeup all crazy, does her hair, wears big ass heels and tiny skirts,
Yeah.
she's probably trying to cover up her lack of confidence.
Uh huh.
It's like the guy who's 5'2" that drives a 15-inch lifted truck.
Yeah.
He's trying to cover up for whatever insecurities he has
Uh
with
huh.
himself.
That was a big thing. I don't know, 10 years ago, where all these guys were driving those huge trucks and just it was just overdone, overkill. I mean,
You know what they do now?
what's that?
They go to the gym and they're UFC fighters.
So it's just that big fad of people trying to keep up with what's in the mainstream, what's going on. Just because, do you think that's a lack of self confidence? That's why they're always riding every fad.
You gotta keep up with the Joneses, dude.
Uh,
They know everything.
uh,
Yeah. Someone obviously, if a guy sees another guy that's driving a big truck who has a hot chick, this other dude's obviously envious of him, so
uh,
he wants to go do the same thing and expects the same result.
yeah,
He doesn't realize he's the one that makes it happen, and he doesn't need all that.
yeah,
And I think girls watch reality TV shows or just TV shows in general and see how people act or look. So they're like, oh, it works for them. Let me try it.
uh,
And in reality, it's not going to work because you're not them.
and two, they forget that it's staged, it's scripted.
Yeah.
It's not what you see every day. I mean, that's my big thing is what you see on TV is not what you see when you go outside.
Yeah.
It's just unless you live in those areas or something. But even then, it's still not the
Yeah.
same. It's
Dude,
not
I've worked
that.
in LA. It's a fucking shithole, and none of the. It's.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's misleading. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really like that.
I mean, we've been to New York. Did you see when we were there? It's totally different than what's depicted or how it's depicted
Oh
on
yeah,
TV.
yeah. Uh, they make it look like a real calm place, and it's actually kind of chaotic if you look
Oh
at it.
yeah,
I mean,
people everywhere
yeah, people everywhere, and then there's
moving.
what's that?
Everybody's moving around.
Oh
Nobody's sitting
yeah,
still.
yeah. Everyone's moving. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's not even what you think it is. And two, a lot of people who have those perceptions, they don't go to those areas, or they've never talked to people, or they've just got it off the TV.
Yeah,
They've never
definitely.
really experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think there's something to be said for having those actual experiences.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys who don't have confidence are like overly cocky,
Yeah,
and they just they make up like their own fake self,
yeah.
and then they go home and they're the exact
It,
opposite.
it's true. I mean, we were talking about, people, girls who say they want someone who's 6'2", or guys who say they want a supermodel, whatever. There's this dude I used to know, and anytime I saw him, he was a real cool guy, but he used to brag so much about how many girls and how good looking they were. And then I saw him a few years later, and the girl he was with was the complete opposite about in regards to what he was describing, a few years before.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. Looked nothing like that. I'm just like, she's cool, but dude, you were selling something completely different.
Yeah. He probably is full of shit, or maybe he changed. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
going with
know.
he's full of shit, but
It's possible sometimes they change because, I mean, I know other guys who were real hush hush about things, and they were with, a lot of women, and then they'd have some life changing event, and then boom, they're married.
yeah, that happens a lot. But I think a lot of guys who think they're players and they talk about sleeping around are the same guys who want a girlfriend, someone they can be one on one with.
Yeah.
They can find a connection no matter who they look or how they look or who they are. I think those guys, that's their way of covering up their loneliness.
Yeah, they do that, and then they put it on for other guys. Like, I think at a certain point, you really don't care about
Yeah.
what other guys are doing. So when there's that one guy who's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm with a lot of girls," you're just kind of like, "Yeah, okay, all right,
I just think they're full of shit.
that's
And if they're
cool."
not, good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I'm just like, "All right, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to eating my lunch now,"
Yeah. I
because
mean,
that did nothing for me.
if you're a dude trying to impress dudes, you're gay. I don't know. I don't know. Your
Yeah,
goal should be to be impress women
yeah,
or impress your boss at work. It shouldn't be to impress other guys.
no,
But why do you think everybody got tattoos?
yeah.
Because they saw somebody else with one and was like, "Oh, that's rad." They see
Well,
all these tattoo artists with tattoos everywhere, not realizing their job is
yeah,
tattooing.
yeah,
You're not gonna go get a job with tattoos all over your face and head and arms or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
But everybody went out and got them because they're like, "Oh, that's the trend."
Yeah.
Except the shit doesn't come off.
Mm-hmm.
At least last time I checked.
I don't know. There you could put some, I don't know, olive oil in there. Might come off.
Yeah, she's greater. I'm not saying everybody that has tattoos is trying to be like a lot of, trying to be like somebody else. Because
Yeah.
some people get them for themselves and, it's personal. I know me, I have a very personal tattoo, and then I have one that's not very personal.
Yeah.
But I didn't get them to show to people, I got them for myself.
Yeah.
That's why they're above my elbows where I can cover them. And when I
Yeah.
get more, they're going to be where I can cover them.
Yeah.
And I hate showing tattoos to people because it's like, oh, let me see it. And it's like, no, I'm good.
Well,
I didn't get it to show you my tattoo.
well, then you get the lecture on how they know someone who tattoos someone, and he's such a great artist, or she's so good at what she does, and you're just like, I don't care. I just have tattoos. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody knows somebody that tattoos.
Yeah, but you get the whole speech about it. You're like, you know what? It's just a tattoo. It's not. We don't need to go into this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's different levels. If you're getting a tribal tattoo, whatever.
Yeah, it's so played out. I mean, there was that big wave of people getting tattoos, and it's because they saw it on TV. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, what was it, that uh, the Ink show? What was it?
Yeah, inked. I don't
Miami,
know.
well, Miami Ink, LA
LA
Ink,
ink.
Kat
You
Von
know.
D. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, that's awesome!" It's like, yeah, but that's what she does for a living.
And she's shitty at it. At that. So if you think she's a good tattoo artist, don't get a tattoo.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
yeah, but people just, they'll spend all their hard-earned money just to go get it by someone, and just to be on TV. It's just like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. But that's how trends work, dude.
Yeah.
It was dirt bikes in California, like what, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Then that kind of faded, and then the lifted trucks and punk rock. That was the new trend. and then it became Affliction and MMA and Tap Out.
Yeah.
And now that fade's starting to go away.
So what's the new fade? Or I mean, the new
Um,
fad.
I mean, tattoos are relevant at the moment.
Yeah, but those have been relevant for the last, like five
Yeah,
years.
15, 20 years.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
this wave of tattoos.
yeah. This wave of tattoos, as far as getting sleeves
That's
and
been like the last 5 or 6 years.
yeah, so that's probably gonna end soon.
So what's the new one, man? What's the new trend? What's
No,
hot, man?
catfishing.
Oh, God.
Dude, I really don't know.
Uh
What do you see any new trends? Is the surf trend coming back? Because I know that was about early '90s.
uh not really. I really don't see much.
Well, you know,
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe once you grow up, you stop noticing, or you just stop caring.
now I'll tell you what. Like Arizona, they're
Uh
really big into MMA and lifted trucks. Like that's huge out here right now.
yeah.
And I go to California, which where it started. There's hardly any lifted trucks anymore.
No, not anymore.
People got sick of their trucks falling apart.
They got sick of paying, $1,000 for a tank of gas.
Yeah, they realized they can go get a girlfriend and spend the money on her.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, but so get back to where we were. Confidence is a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for if you're confident with yourself. Not cocky, but confident.
Yeah.
I think when you go out, people feed off your confidence and your
Yeah.
energy. Because I think when you're confident, you have more energy.
Yeah, and two, I think there's a lot to be said about positive energy.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't really buy into it, but it's probably because they're negative people. And I think if you have an optimistic but realistic view on things, then you set yourself up really well.
Yeah.
Because not only do you think positively, but you put it into a realistic context.
Uh-huh.
And so you're not like feeding yourself bullshit, or you're not pissed off all the time. You're just like, okay, this is what I need to do. Here's what's going on, and then other people are drawn to it because they see that you're in that positive mindset.
Yeah, because when you're positive, you're usually goal driven,
Yeah.
and you want to reach your goals, so you figure out the best way.
Yeah.
And when you start reaching those goals, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And it is all positive energy. If you think positive, good shit happens.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I mean, it's not 100%, but and if you're a negative person, you're gonna attach yourself to negative things and drama and all that shit. Why do you think
Yeah.
reality TV is so good?
Yeah.
It's all negative drama, so people over here who are unhappy with themselves and they're always pessimistic and negative, they are drawn to that.
Yeah. They attach to it. They identify with it.
Well, yeah, and they also want to see somebody that has it worse than them.
Yeah.
They don't want to look at somebody who got a good job and it's like, hey, I'm stoked for you. That's cool. They're like, oh, screw you. I could have got that. Or
Yeah.
they only hired you for whatever.
Yeah.
They want negative and it to be worse for everybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, and confidence is big into being positive.
Yeah.
It's just a whole mind thing.
Uh.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor,
Yeah.
but I've experienced it, dude. I mean, totally. I wasn't always the most positive person,
Yeah.
and then somebody gave me some good advice, gave me a book to read. And
Yeah.
it was an eye opener, dude.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah. You realize that you have a limit on your time, and you only have so much you can do throughout a day or a week, a month, whatever.
Yeah.
And make the best of it, and do what you're supposed to be doing, and stop focusing on all the negatives, because there's always negatives, and just be positive and work towards your goal and accomplish it. And if you work long enough and you're persistent, you're going to get it. It's just nothing is done overnight. There's no such thing as hitting the lotto in real life.
You got a, what, 1 in 20 million chance?
Yeah, but
Come on,
people
dude.
show up every morning trying to hit the lotto. It's like, you don't win the lotto. You got to go to work.
Yeah. I've never bought a lottery ticket.
I bought one, maybe twice, and then I think I participated in it one time when I was at work or something.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
I never even bought a scratcher.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
like when I go to Vegas and gamble, it's not about trying to get rich. It's just fun to gamble.
Yeah,
Try to make a little bit of cash, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But being positive though and confidence, it's huge.
Yep.
And if I meet a girl who's confident and positive, that's like awesome because
Yeah.
in other aspects it's gonna be positive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially if she's goal driven. Because if
Uh huh.
people are goal driven, it's gonna make them a better person. Organized, just it has good qualities.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was gonna say something and I totally forgot. Let me think about it for a second. Talk.
Yeah, you know that if they're positive, then you're going to be around them. They're more than likely going to treat you well because they have a good outlook on their life and what they're doing, and two, they can take the bad with the good. So everyone can take good. Well, hopefully you can. But once things get bad, then they're not so down. They can handle it a little more.
Yeah,
I think that's
definitely.
what's important because anyone can go through it when things are going right, but when things are going bad, you kind of see like how strong you are and what you're made of and what people around you are made of.
Yeah, people's real character. Because
Yeah,
when shit gets tough,
yeah,
only the strong survive or
you can
whatever.
easily jump ship, and I mean for example, I had a relationship where someone was always going to the doctor. Well, am I gonna just jump ship on her or am I gonna stick with her? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, or
Hmm.
other people I've known who have had health problems or whatever the case may be. I mean, if they're that important to me, then where how loyal am I going to be? And I think if you have a positive outlook, then you're more likely to be loyal to people around you, and you don't forget the good stuff that they did for you, and vice versa.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. And I know for me, when I was younger, I was always live in the moment, live for now,
Yeah,
fuck everything. I'm only gonna worry about myself. But as I get older, I realize I try to slow down what I think, and instead of having short term goals, live in the moment. I'd rather have a long term goal I'm working towards, and if I die along the way, at least I know I was working towards a goal.
yeah.
If that makes any sense to you.
Well, you were doing something productive with your time.
Yeah,
You weren't just fucking off, getting drunk all the time and blowing your money and stuff like that. Because,
yeah,
that has its time and place, but eventually you have to really settle down and figure out what you're working towards.
yeah. The whole you can't die and take it with you, and I'm gonna go blow money here. I'm gonna get drunk, try to bang every chick I can, because if I die tomorrow. But
Yeah,
then you realize there's no joy in that.
no.
There's none at all.
There's no long lasting joy.
Yeah,
So you might get a little bit, you might feel good for a little bit of time, but eventually that wears off. And then what do you have? You have nothing
exactly.
because you just fucked off.
Yeah, and I lived by that for so long, and then it's like, man, that's just totally wrong.
Yeah.
For me, that's the exact wrong way to live.
Uh huh.
I'm happier now with goals and working towards something.
Yeah.
And when I'm patient and I don't want it now, I value it more because
Yeah.
I waited for it.
Yeah, exactly. You realize the value of working towards your final destination, and that's
Yeah,
some people don't realize that if you have money or you get handed something, you don't get the same satisfaction as when you actually work towards something and you actually build it.
yeah,
You all you got a handout basically. I mean, if you appreciate it and you don't take advantage of it, that's one thing. But a lot of times you can get comfortable and you're just like, yeah, it's going to be there next time. And then next time comes and it's dried up. You have nothing else. So you're forced to work for it. So
mm-hmm,
you, in a sense, you don't realize how lucky you were before. But now you're like, okay, well, now I have to figure out how to do this on my own. So now, I appreciate it more. I understand how much time and effort goes into it.
yeah.
It's not the same, you know. People take advantage of good opportunities and good things, good people. It's a shame. But if you realize that you've done it, then you stop doing it.
Yep. And it like when I say goal driven, if you're driven by money, you can have all the money in the world. You're never gonna be happy.
Yeah.
You gotta have goals to get to that aren't money based. Like, yeah, I want to make money. I want to make a good amount of money. But it's not trying to become the richest person in the world. You know,
Yeah.
it's
The,
it's building on something, and
yeah.
wherever it ends, as long as I get my goal along, I've got like my steps along the way I want to get to.
Yeah.
And as long as I achieve that, every step I get to is like, man, that was tough. I stuck with it, and it just makes you proud, and that makes you positive, and it gives you confidence.
Yeah.
See, I went full circle.
Oh.
I brought it back.
Yeah. No, that's right. I mean, once you really get a hang of what you're doing and you make the most out of what you have, the tools you have, and you actually apply them, you can do some really good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's unfortunately a lot of people don't apply themselves, or I think it's partly because they don't have the confidence. They don't believe in themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is gonna buy into you. You know what? If you're not positive, no one else is gonna help push you. No one can push you. No one can make you do anything. You have to do it yourself.
You do. You have to get off your ass, and everybody's their own worst enemy.
Yeah, and
And
yeah,
unless you find that drive inside you,
yeah,
you're always gonna go backwards. I
Yep.
mean, you might go, 10 steps forward, but you're gonna fall 12 back,
yeah,
and you're gonna be starting over and over.
yep,
So, I got a question for you though.
yeah,
So I meet a lot of women, and I tell them I've been single for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and they think I'm crazy. And then they're like, "Oh, you're lonely," and I'm like, "I'm really not."
yeah,
And they're like, "Oh, well, you watch a movie, a sappy love movie. Do you get lonely?" And I'm like, "No, I enjoy the movie." And I watched the movie Silver Linings Playbook, which is kind of a love story.
uh-huh,
Some guy, he's kind of mental issue. He ends up seeing his wife, banging a girl, or his wife's cheating on him in his shower listening to his wedding song.
uh-huh,
So, his buddy's sister, he hooks him up. She's just as crazy, and they fall in love.
uh-huh,
I mean, it's a good movie. And I watch it, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I would love that someday, but I'm content where I'm at now.
uh-huh,
So when I talk to girls, and I get in arguments about it. I don't really get in arguments, but they think I'm crazy because I can watch a movie like that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm open to that, but I don't want that right now.
Yeah.
And I don't, it's so far from my plan here. And they just will attack me on it, and I think it's hilarious.
yeah.
Have you by any chance saw that movie or know anything about it?
I haven't seen it.
What about you watching like The Notebook or something?
I The only thing that does for me is me thinking about watching it with someone who wanted to watch it. I don't get involved in the storyline like, oh my god, that's so wonderful. Nothing like that. I'm just like, oh, okay, this is probably something someone I was with would want to watch, and I would just shut the fuck up and watch it. Because I know that's, they enjoy it, and that's fine, It's just that bonding time or that quality time with that person. But I don't think about the storyline or getting involved with the characters or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's a cool movie, I guess. I mean, whatever.
Well, like this movie, like I don't give a shit about the whole love connection, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it had a good plot, and I was like, wow, this actually isn't bad for a love story.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think women, when they watch these movies, they get absorbed in the character, and the love story itself.
And then they want that character to be real.
Yeah, like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. I mean, that there lies a problem.
It goes back to TV and Fantasyland.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't get too involved with that. I think it would be good one day, but two, I mean, the more I talk to people and a lot of them are like their late 30s, early 40s. They're divorced and they got married, mid to late 20s. I mean, I'm not looking. I don't know if I ever want to get married. And number two, if I get married and I get divorced, I'm probably never going to get married again. I'm just going to be like, okay, I did that, that's fine. But I'm just not looking to do that whole thing. I'm not looking to repeat other people's mistakes. So if that means I need to wait till I'm in my 30s, that's fine. As long as I get to a point where I'm mature enough to handle stuff. But right now is just, that's not happening.
Well, that's funny you say that because that movie, both characters are crazy.
Yeah.
They got issues. But the whole point of the movie is him. He wasn't ready for a marriage when he got married. He was married for 10 years and then got divorced.
Yeah.
So he becomes a person that, as an older person, he gets out of his mental hospital, whatever. He becomes a stable person where he's capable of being in that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole point of the movie. So, like, if you watch it, it's not a typical love story. It involves mental issues.
Yeah.
And not being prepared for something you're in. And that's kind of what you were saying now. Is whenever you're ready, you'll worry about it.
Yeah.
Or think about it.
And that's about thinking for yourself and being really strong-minded about what you want, not even from someone else, what you want out of your life, what you desire from yourself. So too often people get coaxed into, getting married, they get the ultimatum, or they get talked into having children when they didn't really want children, and then those adverse effects are really bad.
Yeah.
Because I know people who have done that, and it doesn't end well. So that's why for me, I'm just like, what, I'm not gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and then that stuff will come with time. But I'm not gonna worry about that because I have other things that I need to get done.
Yeah. I know for me, I don't know why, but a lot of women, when they hear my background, and I tell them I don't have kids, I have been married, I'm divorced, but I ended it quick. I never got her pregnant, never had kids, never had a scare.
Yeah.
And then they ask me, well, are you ever going to get married? Do you want kids? And I tell them, yeah, I love kids. I would love to have my own kids. But I'm not going to just have a kid with somebody to have a kid.
No.
I've got to have my life in order, whether it's selfish or not. I've got to be at a place where I'm either going to provide for the kid, provide for whoever I marry, but it's down the road. And if it doesn't happen, I'm fine with it. And I don't know why, but women have such a hard time with that concept.
I think because they're used to being mothers and actually having the urge to have kids. Because I can't say that for every guy, but I know me personally, I've never had an urge to have a kid. Like, I love kids. I want to be relevant in their lives, but I don't want to have kids of my own. I don't want to have kids with someone.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I would love to, if there was an ideal situation, but that's not reality. Reality is not ideal. So for me, I mean, I have never had that urge.
Yeah, see, that's why I've never had kids, because I've never met a girl that I was comfortable enough with that I'd want to have a kid with them.
Yeah, because it's not just, okay, I'm with this person, she's my girlfriend or she's my wife. She's got to be the mother to my kid. So she has to live up to certain standards. Like, then yeah, I'm all with being picky as hell. Because you got to understand that not only do you have to be married or you have to be with this person, you have to be able to, work with them and, work through things. But then you have to raise kids together. So it's like you got to be a team. You have to be on point because you set the example for kids, for your kids.
Well, you hope so.
Nowadays, yeah, you hope so. You hope so. And like I said, that's being ideal. That's not the reality.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's really the problem.
Yeah.
But no one gives a shit. So you can't make people give a shit.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people don't give a shit. And their kids grow up and they don't give a shit. And it's the
cycle continues.
Yeah.
Keeps going on and
every
on.
cycle is another degree of not giving a shit.
Yeah.
So I think it boggles my mind that I've tried to do it the responsible way, and I get called selfish for it, and they think I'm crazy, and I'm like, wait,
Uh,
I actually had a fucking thought when I was 20 years old or 18 that I'm not gonna get a girl pregnant, and I don't plan on having kids till I got my shit in order.
yeah,
And even if I have my shit in order, if I don't meet that, or not that, but if I don't meet someone I want to have kids with, then it's not gonna happen.
yeah.
And that's just
Are those from women with kids?
it's from women with or
Oh,
without.
with or without? Yeah, because
Because a
I've been
lot of
called
women
selfish
who
too.
yeah, a lot of women who haven't been married and don't have kids, they still want to be married with kids. It's rare you find a woman that doesn't want to get married and have kids eventually. They
Yeah,
might say it,
yeah,
but deep down they want to have kids and have that life.
yeah, yeah,
You know, that's I I think that's why women who go to school and get a career and they go to school or college for 5 6 years, start their career, then all of a sudden they're mid 30s and they're like, well, shit, where's the guy and the kids? You know,
yeah.
I think they still go back to kids and a family.
Uh,
Where a guy sometimes he's in his mid 30s, got his shit together, and he's like, well, why turn back? I love this life.
yeah, exactly. Too.
You
There's
know.
there's that's what I told someone the other day. They're like, "Oh, do you want kids?" I said, "No, I don't want kids." And they're like, "Well, why not?" And I think a lot of it too is, it's a lot of pressure from the family
Yeah.
because you have maybe not the father, but definitely, a lot of times it's the mother. When am I going to have my grandbabies? It's like,
Oh, dude.
and then if you're a dude coming into that situation, you're like, you're not even involved in this. So your opinion does not matter cuz you're not with us.
Yeah, they
Eh,
just want grandkids.
yeah, you just want to put in your 2 cents and us to have kids so you can have fun with it. But guess what? We're the ones that have to raise the kids. You're not going to raise them. I wouldn't let you raise them. So that's the pressure that is put on a lot of the women. So then I hear that a lot. I hear that often, like, oh, I want to get married, I want to have kids. I'm like, well, this is the first date, and we're already talking about marriage and kids. Like, that's not. This isn't fun.
They want to
this
rush into
this
something.
feels
They'll
like a
settle for
chore.
anything.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
That's what that is. Those are the girls that'll settle for some guy, and in 10 years, they're going to be divorced and be like,
Yeah,
oh, I married the wrong guy.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, but that's because you didn't really think about what you were doing. You were just absorbing the pressure from your parents or your mother or your father, and you did what they told you. You
Yeah.
never stood up for yourself and were like, no, that's not what I want, or I'm not ready for that, or we haven't discussed this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've been in that situation, maybe not with kids, but in the past where I was someone's mother was like, "Oh, well, you should move in together," and I was like, "No, we shouldn't," and boom, end of conversation.
Yeah.
But people don't do that anymore. They don't stand up for themselves and be like, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah. Well, that's what's funny, because when I was 18, 19, 20, I was as dumb as they come. But there was one thing that I cared about that I
Uh-huh.
was really cautious of, and that was getting someone pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just funny to me now that as bad as I was then, at least I was still responsible about a major thing. I've
Yeah.
always looked at kids as a actual responsibility
Yeah.
that, I felt that if I had kids, that I would, want to raise them and do it the right way, and that's why I was always like, I'm not gonna have kids right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna chance it. I one question for you though is, what's the typical reaction when you tell girls you're not gonna have kids? Is it positive, negative, 50-50?
I think for me, back when I was younger, it was a lot more judgmental. But at that time, I was going out with younger women.
Yeah.
So now I've I go out with older women who are at least a few years older than me, and it's not so judgmental, but some of them are more anxious. They're literally anxious to get a boyfriend. All right, let's get married. Okay, let's start having kids. And I'm just like, you're cool. I enjoyed this evening, but this is not going to happen. Not with me. I mean, I'm the wrong guy for you. That's what I'm saying. I'm not judging you because that's what you want, but I'm just saying you and I are not going to be a match because there's a fundamental difference in thinking and goals and things we're working towards. So this is not going to work. So I don't want to waste your time, and I won't allow you to waste my time. So let's just part ways, and then that's it.
Yeah. That's the best thing you can do in those situations.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with looking down on someone because they want something different. It's just, for me personally and for you personally, we just differ, and it's just not gonna work.
Yeah. So.
So I mean, that's usually what I run into, but that's why I don't. That's why I usually date older, because then I don't have to deal with that. Most of them are pretty made up. That okay, I've invested time into my career, and that's the life I chose. I chose the career path as opposed to the family path because I don't know too many people that do both.
Yeah.
So, most of them have their career going, and that's worked out very well for them, and that's kind of the path I'm on. So that's why I go towards that.
Yeah, most people that do have a career with families are older.
Yeah.
They're older parents. They're in their 30s.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
and I know a few like that. Real solid. Good jobs. Have a home and stuff. I get that. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be able to provide something for your kids, and not just not have anything. That's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many ways to get married and have kids and raise
Yeah.
a family
Yeah.
that sometimes people have really successful careers that take them away from their family
Yeah.
for periods of time, and
And-
that's they grow up without their dad there, their mom there,
Yeah.
because they're always traveling for work.
Yep.
It's just having kids is such an important decision, and so many people make a irrational decision.
Yeah.
They don't put thought into it, and that's what amazes me. For when people think I'm crazy because I think about it, I think they're just as crazy for just having kids.
For just doing it.
Yeah, I wanted a kid. I want a baby.
Yeah.
You hear girls when they're around their friends who are pregnant that they get pregnant a lot at the same time. They get that baby syndrome where it's like, well, all my friends are pregnant. I want a baby.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
That's scary.
think for yourself, like you said earlier.
Yeah, that's very scary because the thing is, you're looking for a baby. You're not looking for a partner to help you raise that baby.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yep.
So any dude can get you pregnant, but is that dude going to stay around and actually help you raise the child or the children?
Yeah.
How much are you thinking into this before you do it?
I don't know, but I should have became a divorce lawyer.
Why is that?
Because divorce rates are out of control right now.
Yeah, jump on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Forget the flirting coach. Be a divorce lawyer.
Yeah, you want to make some real money.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Any final thoughts for this week's episode?
Nah, I think I've pretty much talked enough.
Oh yeah.
A lot of fun show.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this is going to conclude the February 27th Affezi.com podcast, the Affezi Dating Experience. I'm Jacob. You can reach me at jchavez@affezi.com.
And you can reach me at rsears@affezi.com. I'm Bobby, by the way.
Yeah, or you can jump on the site, sign up for a profile, include a picture. We're getting members on there slowly, very slowly, but it is moving forward.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Hit us up on the website. We're on Twitter, @Affezi. We're on Facebook.
We're in the iTunes store. Just search Affezi.
iTunes. We're on YouTube.
We're everywhere.
We're on Ustream.
We're all over the internet.
Yeah, we're everywhere. Everywhere.
Where?
Yeah, Erwer.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so...
It's time to go.
yeah, we'll see you all next week. Not sure if we're going to have a guest on next week, but in the near future, we will have some people on.
Yeah, we're still getting used to the setup, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so we'll see you back here same time, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific, or 9 p.m. Mountain Time. And good night. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.